Welcome back. How to know if emotional eating is sabotaging you when it comes to weight loss. Okay, so today I'm going to talk about some of the signs that you need to be watching out for to let you know if emotional eating is a problem for your weight loss journey. So the first thing I would say is that if you are inhaling food like it's a competitive sport, you're probably eating out of stress, out of boredom, or some type of emotion. Okay, so let me explain this a little bit better. If you find yourself that you're stuffing yourself and you are ignoring dealing with a decision that you need to make, then you are emotionally eating. Okay? So instead of actually processing and dealing with the decision that is in front of you, whatever that decision is, whether it's work related, whether it's relationship related, whether it's a financial decision you need to make, whatever it is, there's a major decision in front of you, and rather than think about it, deal with it, address it, you just find yourself stuffing yourself. You're stuffing yourself, right? So that is a way of not dealing with an emotion that is needed to be dealt with. And what you find is, if you start seeing yourself do that, just stop and say, what is it? What is the decision I need to make that I have not yet made? And go and take the time and address that. The minute you do that, you're going to find that need for this competitive sport of eating will just go away. Okay? So that is one simple sign or test that you can check on yourself to see if you're having that issue. So another one would be if you're just scarfing down snacks, right? Because you're feeling like, I just feel this need to just feed me, forget the feeling, feed me, forget the feeling, right? So same thing as, my earlier point. You are stuffing some feeling, right? You need to go address it. Some people do it with real food, some people do it with snacks, right? You feel like, oh, I'm having this desire for, something crunchy. I'm having this desire for something salty. I'm having this desire for something fried or fatty or, whatever excuse that we give it, right? You're using snacks instead of real food. Some people just, I'm a potato kind of person, right? So they're going to eat meat and potatoes. But some of us are going to go to snack. We're going to get to that crunchy thing, that popcorn or that chips or that salty thing that we usually turn to when we're feeling like we need that dopamine trigger. Okay, some people eat cheese. I mean, it doesn't even have to be crunchy. It could be soft. Okay, so it's something that would just release dopamine in our brain and make us feel confident. Well, there is a reason why you're looking for that comfort, is that there might be some feeling that you're stuffing, right? You're not trying to deal with it. So go ahead, deal with it so we can move on, okay? So the third one is you might be feeling guilty after eating. Okay, what do I mean? So signs that you're emotionally eating could be that after you finish eating your food, you're feeling guilty. So why is that? Because you just know that you just did a snack attack, right? And you didn't need to. You just started eating for no reason, and now you're feeling bad afterwards, right? You're feeling guilty. Oh my God, my whole 2 weeks of weight loss efforts gone in just one day because now I've decided to eat the whole bag of chips and ice cream and this and that. I mean, you're seeing that happen, right? So the minute you see that happening, you know something is off. I'm feeling guilty after eating. I need to stop. Whether it's go call my therapist, whether it's go call that girlfriend that knows how to call it out, or go talk to someone and get that emotion out, that feeling, whatever it is that's triggered that for you out of your life, okay? So the next one I usually will see is kind of like lack of satisfaction. Like you start to eat, but you're just not feeling satisfied. Your satisfaction is kind of like MIA. Okay, it doesn't matter what you eat. Nothing seems like it's just hitting the spot. Okay, and so you're eating this and eating that and trying this and trying that. All this while you're consuming way too much calories than you're supposed to be in one day, or in one meal, or in a few meals. Because what? You're just feeling like your satisfaction is not there. Well, that's because there's something else that you're trying to satisfy, and not hunger, right? So one of the things that I started teaching my patients in really figuring out, is it real hunger or is there something else going on, right? So I'm like, okay, define hunger for me. And a lot of times they're just like, yeah, I just feel hungry in my stomach. I'm like, well, yes, it should be in your stomach, right? And it should be a pain of some sort in your stomach. If you're not feeling that, then the hunger is in your head. So if the hunger is in your head, go deal with what that emotion is. Is it thirst? Is it, craving for intimacy? What is it that is in your head and not in your stomach that you're feeding? So you need to really figure out, whenever you tell yourself, hey, I'm hungry, make sure it's not boredom. Make sure it's real hunger pains coming from your stomach, from within your stomach, not just, oh, I feel hungry in my head, I'm craving something. Usually not real hunger, okay? So definitely look for that as signs, right? So the other thing I would tell patients is, another sign that you're emotionally eating is that you're using food as your go-to therapist, okay? So what do I mean by that? Well, every emotional roller coaster, you've gone through something, or the court case, or the kids, school thing, and whatever it is, right? We just start going to food as the treatment or as the therapist, instead of actually calling the therapist and talking to the therapist, okay? So again, emotional roller coaster making you run to food, you should immediately stop yourself and go, no. What I need to be doing is talking to someone about what this feeling is and start to address that rather than just feeding it. Because what's going to happen at the end of the day, now I'm going to be 10 pounds heavier, which makes my situation even worse. Now I feel bad about what I've done. I feel bad about myself, about how I look. And it's just a vicious cycle that we don't need to get started. So go talk to someone, get help, get over it, and then let's move on to our weight loss journey. So the last one I will talk about today is I call it an autopilot, right? When you find yourself just eating on autopilot, right? You're not thinking. I call it mindless eating, right? You just find yourself going to the fridge. You're not even hungry. You don't even know why you're in the kitchen. You just come from upstairs, downstairs, from the back. Or you just go to the kitchen, open the pantry, open the fridge, autopilot, grab something, just start eating, right? Not because you're hungry. You don't even know why you're doing it. You don't even know that you're doing it. That's why I call it autopilot. Like, unless someone just looks at you like, wait, didn't you just eat? And then you go, oh yeah, like, why? I don't even know why I picked that up, right? That's going on autopilot. When you start to see that, that is something that you definitely need to address, okay? Because food is not magic tricks that should just be disappearing into your stomach. No, let's stop that, okay? It is not a magic trick, should not be disappearing into your stomach mindlessly. Food is fuel. We are using it to fuel our body, to build muscle, to put nutrients in that our immune system needs to fight, to detoxify us, to help us grow, to help us clear our mind, give the brain food. It's not just something we just do on autopilot, okay? So if you find yourself on autopilot, you need to turn that off and get with it, okay? So, hope that was helpful. If you can think of anything else that you do to stop yourself when you're emotional, comment in the section below. I'm sure everybody has their own thing. I've mentioned some of mine here, but feel free, mention yours. Let me see what it is so we can all stop doing it, okay? I'll see you on the next one. Thank you.